Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb and just say you know what to do in phase one. You're relatively confident in what to do in the ad phase. It's just now a matter of mastering the execution. So we're going to go into the Fountain of Fire phase, which has 2 tank busters and a fair amount of movement. So after the ad phase, we're going to split into 2 groups, melee group and range group. So that's 2 healers, Karuto and Waiakin are going to be the south group, and the 4 melee are going to be the north group. This fight has occasions in which we're going to split into 2 light parties, but it's not the usual light parties. It changes every single time for every single mechanic. So this mechanic, tanks and melee north, ranged and mages south. So it's going to do big raid damage. Then it's going to do the tank buster, the usual tank tethers, where tanks know how to deal with that. And then after that, it's going to do an experimental glory plume. We are all going to stack in the middle of the arena like the other glory plumes that we've done several times before, but then it does a stack or a spread. If it's spread, I want you to be aware of your position, okay? So I am M2. I am always going to go to the boss's right. Okay. So I'm always going to be there. That's the boss's right. It's his right rear. Ilduin, you are M1, so you're always going to aim to stand there. All right. And then we have our main tank, who is also a 1, and our off tank. All right. Now that's how it's going to look on the boss's hitbox, but the boss isn't going to be facing how he is. The boss is going to be facing the outside of the arena. So what it's actually going to look like, you're going to have the main tank there. Bollocks. I can't place markers when we're in combat. Off tank will be there. I'm going to be somewhere about here. And Ilduin is going to be somewhere here. I want you to remember these spots because it's incredibly important that you do this movement. It kind of means that basically, Dominic, you stand still. Illurian, you run away from Dominic, stay on the edge of the arena. I will circle round in a clockwise motion to where my little 2 marker is, and Ilduin, you're going to circle round on an anti-clockwise to your side. All right. And that's how we're going to do the spreads. We're always going to do the spreads like this on the boss's hitbox. For the ranged, I want you to have a similar sort of mindset. We're going to have the R1 and R2 just stay on the edge of the arena, with healers moving into the arena for the spreads. So that means Waiakin's going to stand still and just not move. Karuta, you're going to move around the arena to the left here in a clockwise motion. Healers move in so that you're a bit closer to everybody for the spread, for the the damage that's incoming, so you can actually heal like the melees and stuff. It's incredibly important that you do this and you remember these positions. Any questions? Because then we're doing the actual Fountain of Fire.
This is boss relative, right?
Boss relative.
Yeah.
You're going to run to the south, you see, Ilaros. So you're going to be at the south here, and the boss is going to be at the north, and the boss is going to be facing the 1 marker up there. Like that's where the boss will be, facing the 1 marker.
Okay.
And you're going to be at the south on the opposite side of the arena. So for you, it's not boss relative. It's kind of just don't fucking stand on each other sort of relative.
Yeah, don't stand on each other. It might take like a pull to like get a feel of where
I'm
you
just going to
go,
straight up
but
say,
you will
I,
get there. It's
I,
pretty simple.
I want you to just do this movement, okay? So I want Waiakin to just stand still. So when you come out of the arena, Waiakin stands still. I want Karuto just to move round. Ilaros, you're R2, sorry, healer 2, right?
I think so, yeah.
So you go to where that B marker is, which then Anine is going to go to where the A marker is, and I want you to just spread like that. And then that way you can almost guarantee that you're not going to hit each other. And I just want you to always have that sort of movement in mind. Right, Fountain of Fire. It's the next mechanic. What's going to happen is you're going to get a puddle on the outside of the arena, like sort of here and here. All right, and the healers are going to stand in it. Again, Anine as healer 1 is going to do, from north to east, and you, Iluros, are going to go south to west.
Okay.
All right. You're going to stand in it, and you're going to, when it explodes, it's going to hit you for about 90% of your HP, and it's going to do a shitload of damage. But you're going to have a massive healing buff, so you're in one heal, you'll be able to get yourself back to maximum. Now, Anine's already done this before, so she knows as well that after all said and done, the healing buff gives you ridiculous shields that are going to be used for the scorched exaltation that comes afterwards. That's irrelevant. We'll go through this first. And then you simply rotate clockwise into the next puddle. Explosion, heal. Next puddle, explosion, heal. I think is there 3 or 4, Anine? Remind me.
4.
So there you go. You do it 4 times.
Okay.
All right. At the same... Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, Nino, what heal do you recommend I be using for this? Just my GCD benefic or
Yes.
aspect of
Just your
benefic?
GCD benefic. If you for some reason have stacks of it and don't use it for anything else, you can use the essential dignity. But it's not really needed. It's just if you want to for the movement's sake.
Okay.
So
But yeah, basically any random GCD heal should be fine. The party will also take some damage, admittingly light damage, but it is nice to occasionally throw an AoE heal in there, but I should be able to shield that because once I get hit by one puddle, I shield myself for more than the next one will take away. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the macro I created for this fight, but I don't know where I put it. I have it on a different job.
You should just start leaving in a minute with BA chat.
That's P2, E9, E10, E12. Here we go. Okay, so that's what the healers do. All right. So healers, that's what you do. You take your tower, you heal yourself. In this macro, you'll see there is a little moment that says fountain, and it's going to go melee tank ranged. So what the melee are going to do is the melee, as in myself and Ilduin, are going to stand in the underneath the boss's hitbox, and I want everybody else, the other 4 players, to be stood max melee. Do not be stood in a tower, but do not be stood and be the closest person to the boss, because what it does is it gives us a puddle. We then, when we've got the puddle, take our puddle and place it right in front of the first tower. After you've placed your puddle, it's going to then give you a tether where you then run across the arena and stretch the tether out. A little bird will then shoot you, and then that's you done your mechanic. So that's the melee. And then the tanks will do the same, but the tanks will then move to the second puddle. So you'll stand under the hitbox, you'll get your AoE, you'll move to the second puddle, you'll get your tether, you'll run across the arena, max melee again. Do not run to Narnia and move the boss, the Dominic. That's really important. Do be max melee, but don't run to Narnia. Stretch your tethers out, get hit by the tethers, and then that's you complete. All right. And then finally, ranged, you do the same. You go under the hitbox, you get your AoE, you go to the third puddle, not inside the puddle, just in front of the puddle. You see how there's the 2 and the B there. So you go in front of the puddle, you get your tether, you run across the arena, you get shot by the tether. Happy days. And then we all stack up on the sort of 3 marker ish. Where is it? Yeah, the 3 marker there. Shields and heals, big raid damage.
So since I'm M1, I'm going to the northwest, right?
Well, this macro says northwest, but it's not. We do north and east because I don't know why they don't do
Okay.
it clockwise. North and east. I could change the macro and I should, but I just can't be bothered. We're always going to do north and east, south and west. Okay.
And also keep in mind that like the puddles, they will either spawn like east and west or north and south. So you will have to adjust a little bit each time,
Yeah, it's like
depending
90
on which.
degrees.
Yeah, depending on which pattern you get.
Okay.
So like I'm M2, so I'm always going to go to 3 and 4. I'm going to go underneath, I'm going to get my AoE, then I'm going to place my AoE in front of 3 or 4.
And yeah,
It's not like
and also keep in mind that even though like you need to take your bird to the puddle, don't go into the puddle because then you will take a lot of damage that you don't need to.
where you kind of want to stretch your tether to the left of where the puddle is, because the healer's going to be running in a clockwise motion, so you need to be anti-clockwise to where the healer is. So if you've got let's just put some markers down. So for example, if the puddles are here and here, all right, we're going to place our AoEs here and here respectively, but then you're going to want to run your tether to there on an anti-clockwise, not all the way out, be max melee, and naturally here, because it's going to shoot across the room, and if it hits a healer, they're going to die. That's it, they're going to die. And then a dead healer means it's just a wipe. All right. What just happened?
Oh, someone.
Oh, is it because you haven't pressed anything? Okay, yeah. AFK timer. Right, I'm going to grab a can of Coke out the fridge because it's just fucking devastatingly hot, and then we'll pull and refresh our memories on the ad phase. Did Dominic DC?
No, I went inside the house.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that it gave you the DC question mark inside houses.
Yeah, that's what I made the DC sound as well, as if they'd left, like, logged out. Aileros is a very, very healer-intensive phase, Fountain of Fire. Obviously, the 6 of us have a lot of movement, so it's very movement intense for us, and certainly, making sure positions. But from a healer perspective, there's don't worry about DPS.
Yeah.
I'm gonna straight up say this right now. It's not a DPS moment. It's a don't die moment. Ready when you are, Dom. Food as well, please, guys.
You've got the buff for it.
Don't worry about it. Attack Buster next. Stack up for the plume. Check to see if it's the big one or Shiva. Shiva. Move into the second one. Boss is left. Middle of the arena. And stack with your friends. Check your numbers. 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 8. It's 3. It's 5. Stack up. Tank busters. After this, we've got big raid damage. Stack up. Going to the right. Stack up. Boss is right. And then middle. And then we're going to stack up. Tank busters. Stack up. Grab your tethers. We are dead. That's close. Stack up. Out. Sides and spread. Grab your ads. Okay.
Did people spread too close or?
I was too close to the dash.
Oh, that's what happened. I genuinely was like, am I super blind? Because I should have been fine, and then suddenly we were both there. Yeah, I genuinely just thought that I didn't see you at all and spread into you, but at least that explains things.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go again. It's a good start. Get through these this ad phase. Remember, as soon as the ad phase is over, I want everybody stacking on 3. Because we're going straight into raid damage and tank busters. He's got water upstairs. To the edge. Max melee. Boss is left. And then middle. Tackle your friend. Check your numbers. Get ready to attack the one on your left. Stack up, tank buster. Raid damage. Middle. Check to see if it's Shiva or Big One. A. Stack up. Boss is right. Middle. Tank Buster. Good job, tanks. Stack up. Eva. Look for him. Middle with your partner. Remember your partners. We need missing a melee. There we go. Well done, guys. Happy days. With your groups, north and south. And rotate. After this, we're going middle, shields and heals. Middle, shields and heals. Spread out. Remember where I told you to spread, so we can see our tethers a little bit easier. If you have the bird tether, step to the left. Okay, I'll move it in here. It's okay.
Thank you.
And get ready, shimmy, move, move. And then go to your north-south positions and kill the bird with the lowest HP. North-south positions. When bird is dead, rotate like you did the first ones. Here we go. Rotate, rotate. Karuto, can you swap to their team, please? Give them a hand. Everybody stack up on 3 shields and heals. Oh, don't worry about me. We've got another big raid damage, Dead Rebirth coming. And then Tank Buster. So tanks stand in front of the group. Everybody else, max melee. Max melee team, max melee. Here comes the Tank Buster. Next is Fledgling Flight. It's going to put a marker above your head. If you get it, simply point it out of the group on the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers. It's dead easy. Just point it out of the group on the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers. Everybody else, middle of the arena. When you've placed it, move to the middle of the arena. And then stack up for Experimental Glory Plume. Remember your groups, tanks and melees north, healer and range south. And it's going to be Shiva and spread. So remember your spread positions. Go. And then spread. Stack. So this is where, Dominic, you're going to want to drag the boss back to the middle of the arena. And then stand max melee. And we go underneath the boss's hitbox, the melees, and the healers go to their first fountains. Okay, well done on that, by the way. We've seen, we're moving forward. That was really good, incredible. Really good ad phase.
Where should I have been spreaded?
I don't 100% recognize the voice.
Ulduin.
Ilduin. So you need to run to the outside of the arena like you would normally do for the Shiva mechanic, and then anti-clockwise to the boss's left. So if you look at the boss,
Okay.
so look at the boss's hitbox. You would stand.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was the set mechanic. So all good.
That's where you would stand,
Yep.
and I would be on the boss's right because I am M2. So I go to the right here for every mechanic.
I was confused because the fire plume had to resolve and then we are moving. I was too fast moving out, I guess.
Yes. So much like the opener in phase 1, you simply negotiate the glory plume or the experimental plume or whatever you want to call it. You navigate that, and if it's the Shiva spread like it was, you go into the second one and then rotate back anti-clockwise to your left of the boss's hitbox.
Yep.
The main tank will move out and simply stand still. The off tank and myself will keep going clockwise.
Just to be sure, so you and me are moving, and Ilduin and Dominic is staying behind.
You and me are going to keep moving clockwise. You're going to stay on the edge of the arena. I'm going to move back towards the middle of the arena on the boss's rear.
And I'm going
Ilduin
anti-clockwise.
is going to go anti-clockwise to the middle of the arena, and Dominic is just going to stand still. So let's just use markers again. What's going to happen is we're going to run to the edge of the arena. Dominic stands still. You run clockwise. I keep running. Ilduin runs back anti-clockwise. You follow?
So I'm yellow, right? Number 2.
You are yellow, number 2.
Fine.
Right, let's go again. It's a big one, so we're going to go straight out. Boss's left, and then middle. Stand with your friend. Check your numbers.
That was my fault.
Okay, yeah. One second before you pull.
I mean, I don't know if you plan to stream where you are streaming with the same sound setting, but somehow you're picking up a lot of environment sound.
Yeah, I am.
Who,
I
me?
can't really help it too much. No, me. And I am streaming with it, so.
I don't mind, but maybe all your viewers wouldn't.
I can't hear
Yes.
anything.
Oh, my 2 viewers. Nah, it's fine. It's just the way it is. I can't really do anything about it at the moment, so.
The only thing I can hear is the furious keyboard presses of Anina.
Yeah, those are very furious.
Oh, right, okay, we're ready. Oh, This heat is disgusting. I hate it. I'm dreading work tomorrow.
Company's work party was scheduled for tomorrow, and
Has it
all the
been-
trains coming in to this town have been cancelled.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening with it anymore. Our CEO from America's coming as well.
Had they been cancelled because all the tracks are all warped and bent from the heat?
I've not checked the official reason, but I'm not going anywhere.
Great North. Boss is left. And then middle. Check your numbers. That's 4.
Goodness me, it scared me for a second there.
Stack up, tank busters. Middle. See if it's a big one. Beaver. Go in A. Stack up. Move. Boss is right and then middle. Middle. Tank buster. Middle. Beaver. Look for the boss with your partners, pairs. North and south. We have 3 for some reason. Rotate. Okay. We were lucky there. Shields and heals. Go to your spread positions. Make sure you can see your tethers. Move, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
I guess I didn't have enough health.
Three people died there to not shimmy in, and Aileros died to just not healing himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I put the same healing on everyone.
That moment when a healer doesn't give himself enough heals.
Ignore that.
It's a big one. Out. Boss is right, and then mid. Fire buddies. Numbers. Stack up. Tank buster. Middle, and then we're going to see if it's a big one. A. Stack up. Bosses left, and then mid. Tank busters. Big one. Look for the boss. Sides and spread. North and south. 1 and 3. Rotate. Spread out. Becky tethers. Be ready. Shimmy. North and south. Kill the birds. When one's dead, we rotate clockwise. Rotate. Go to 3. Big raid damage coming. Flag busters. Fledgling light, dead easy, just simply point them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back mid. Next is experimental plume. Shiva and spread. Shiva and spread. It's the hard pattern. Run into the second and then spread. Oh, we have a rogue Aileros.
Yeah, sorry. I used south, not boss relative.
So what happened there, Aileros, is you were too close to the boss. Okay, so let's remember healer's south. It's room relative, not boss relative. You're always going to head towards the C marker, Aileros, every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And Dominic, you're just going to run into the second explosion and stand still. If it's the big plume and not the Shiva one, just aim straight for the north and stand still.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Illurian, you move away from Dominic, and then you'll never hit each other.
It's moving counterclockwise. That's the idea. Right?
No, you move clockwise
With the explosions. All right.
with the explosions. Because you're running into the second explosion. By the time you reach the edge of the arena and run clockwise, the third explosion will have already been and gone. And then the fourth will have already been and gone. And the fifth one's in the middle, where I will already be back in the middle by this point in time, out of your way. The trick to the mechanic is to ignore what everybody else is doing and just to be in the right place at the right time. In fact, that's the trick to most mechanics, to be fair. As long as you're doing what you're meant to be doing, in the hopes that everybody else is also doing what they're meant to be doing, we should have no issues. Let's go again. We're doing the ad phase really, really well, though. Either. So you go into the second one. You see how, as you're moving, it just, you've got loads of time. You can just follow it. Fire buddies. Tank busters are next. Raid damage. Then the boss is going north. Stack mid. It's a Shiva pattern, and we're going to the right. Gonna stack up. Move. Move to the right and then middle. Tank busters. It's a big one. Look for the boss. Pairs. North and south. Get your ads. Rotate. Stack up. Now spread out so you can see. Get ready to shimmy. Shimmy. Go back to your north and south positions. And kill the ad with the lowest HP. And then rotate. Stack on 3. Stack on 3. Tank busters. We've got this big rig damage first, but it is tank busters next. Here's the tanks, tank busters. Fledgling flight, it's a non-mechanic, just do as we've done 2 times prior. Point them out. Stand on the markers. Stack up in the middle. We're going to see which kind of plume it is and whether it's a stack or spread. It's just spread. It's the same as we have done every time. Shiva and then spread. So run into the second one and then spread. Okay, so tanks, you didn't spread quick enough again. I just don't have enough time because right after this we need to
Ooh, I got the bird thing too. I was too close.
It's tough. I know it's tough.
I think I might as well start running right of Dominic straight away while we're spreading, right? I mean,
Yeah, just keep running. Honestly, just sort of follow. Just keep running around the edge of the arena.
yeah, but spreading to the edge first, but I might as well completely go right of him straight away because there's no real reason to stay on top of him, right?
There's no reason to stay on top of him. That's correct.
So not Dom's fault, just mine. Sorry about that.
There is a stack mechanic, but you're gonna know in advance whether it's stack or spread. If you know in advance whether it's spread, then just run away from him. you can just sort of run in a semicircle clockwise manner around the edge of the arena. I'll demonstrate, but I am going to pull the boss. So
no worries. I think I got it now. Thanks.
Okay.
I was a bit lost at the mechanic after that, though.
So what's going to happen is literally as soon as that AoE goes off, Dominic, like as soon as the stack or spread goes off, because they're both the same sort of animation, it just slams down on the players. I would need you to be beelining straight for the middle of the arena, mate. And much like you do in the opener, I need you to run past the 3 marker or something similar and get the boss as central as you possibly can. And I need you and Illurian to be stood max melee. The healers I need to be also max melee so that you can react to whether. But healers, you're going to want to try and be between the 1 and 2 and or the 3 and 4 markers because that's where you're going to be. Ileros, you're the H2, so stand sort of between the 3 and 4 marker so you can react accordingly to which tower you're going to stand in. And again, range, just stand out. Do not go near the boss's hitbox. So drag the boss to the middle, stand max melee. Melee, myself and Ilduin, we're going to go into the center of the arena where that square is. And as soon as we get our AoEs, we're again going to stand in front of the first tower. And then everybody takes their turns. Melee, tanks, ranged in that order. All right?
Just to be sure, Dom runs through the center to the other side of the melee hitbox and is sort of stick on this side after the plume.
Say that again.
So we spread on the plume like we should have done, last time. And then you said, well, Dom runs through the boss to be opposite of me, I guess, when the towers start.
But he's going to run straight through the boss to get the boss to the middle of the arena. You just need to not be underneath the hitbox, Illyrian, and just make sure that you obviously still keep hitting the box, but at max melee. Because then after you see the 2 melee get their AoEs, you're going to go underneath the boss's hitbox.
Yeah,
and then you're going to get your AoE. So you don't necessarily need to be stood between the 3 and 4 marker because you're going to go underneath the hitbox.
Yep, sure.
It doesn't matter where on the arena you are. It does matter where on the arena the healers are. As does it not matter where the ranged are because they're going to do the same thing. They're going to run to the middle of the arena and then run to the next towers. Like their movement is much more, our movement is less limited. Does that make sense? So just to recap, the AoE is going to go off. Dom's going to run to the middle of the arena, stand max melee, wait your turn. That's it. Let's go again. I hate this boss as a Reaper, I've just decided. Soph's being a lazy bumhole and not moving in. And Dom's obviously running to Narnia. So I either get Soph with my Arcane Circle or get Dominic. There's no... Oh, bollocks.
Oh,
There's no middle ground.
there we all went. If only you had gotten everyone with the arcane circle, maybe it would have saved us.
Yeah, maybe. Should have used my overpowered Reaper healing power. That they have to
Yeah.
nerf because it was so
Hasn't it
overpowered.
been nerfed multiple times now?
No, it got nerfed once. What I like about Reaper is the forums, the official forums, when it first came out, were obviously calling for its blood. Got to nerf it, it's too powerful. Got to nerf it, it's too powerful. It's way too powerful, does too much damage, it's too powerful and does way too much DPS. And then they nerfed Arcane Crest or whatever it's called, this healing thing. and that kind of calmed the forums down. But you know, the forums were still quite in for its blood, wanting to nerf its damage. And obviously,
Yeah.
instead of nerfing its damage, they just then proceeded to overbuff everything else, like really, really, really overbuff everything else. So now when you ask people, you know, is Reaper still overpowered and doing too much damage? They're like, nah, it's all right now. Yeah. You can't. How does that work? Boss is left, and then middle.
Goodness me. Oh, thankfully we were actually on the correct side.
I mean, 50% of us were.
Yeah, no, me and Ilrus and Ildwen that went to the other side, we would have had no way of getting to the
Ilrus, we
correct
lost.
side.
Yeah, sorry. Thankfully,
check
it worked out.
Check your numbers. Three. Back up, tank busters. Middle. Boss goes north. See which plume it is. A. Stack up. Move. Boss is right, and then we're going mid. Mid, stack up. Diva into the second. Look for the boss. Sides and spread. One and three, north and south. Add phase. Rotate.
After this pull, I will need a second to reply to a text message, sorry.
No problem. Shields and heals. Spread out. Check your tethers. Get ready to shimmy. Shimmy. Go north and south. Kill the ad with the lowest HP. And then rotate. You need to swap over Karuto, help them out. And then move to 3 for big raid damage. Even bigger raid damage. Tank busters.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad.
Fledgling flights, non-mechanic, just point it out. Point it out. Everybody else middle, point it out. Stack mid. Stack mid, do the glory plumes. Oh, I'm tanking. Hang on, Anine needs to do a
No,
text
no,
message.
I am already done, so it's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
It required a response, but not a lengthy response.
Yes. No.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was,
Holy
yes,
shit,
I
everybody
don't
got
see
it.
why not.
Everybody got arcane. What the fuck is this heresy? It's a big one, straight to the north. Boss is left. And then we're going mid. Into our fire buddies. Fire buddies. Numbers. Back up on 3. Tank busters. Raid damage. Boss north, party mid. Devouring brand, and then we're doing the next plumed. Big one, so we're going away. Stack up. Move. Bosses left. And middle. Tank buster. Big one, straight out. Look for the boss. It's with your pairs. One and 3. North and south. Rotate. Get ready for the shimmy. Gimme. North and south, back with your groups. You're the one that's the lowest HP. Attack on 3. Big raid damage. Tank busters. Fledgling flight, spread out a bit. If you get one, point it out on the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody else mid. Stack up. See which plume it is. Shiva, so we're going to move into the second one. And it's a spread. Okay, Shiva and spread again. I don't know what killed you that time, Illyrian.
It's already low.
Melee underneath, melee in the middle of the arena, under the boss's hitbox. Healers, get ready. Illyrian, get second on enmity as quick as you can, please. Did I go the wrong direction? I think I did.
Yes, no problem.
Remember to run to the left and stretch it rather than the right, so it creates anti-clockwise.
Sorry, I got hit by one of the pink circles by accident.
And I accidentally pressed my dashed in and got a bird header. So that was an amazing play done by me.
Okay, improvement. What killed you, Illyrian? I didn't see.
On the spread, I was already like 10-20% health before we started spreading. So
Right. Okay. The only don't pull straight away, by the way. The only reason I can think is because you are taking auto attacks. Whoever is number 1 and 2 on enmity are tanking. This is why I need you to get enmity if you do die really, really quickly, because the next person that's going to die is me or Ilduin. That's just a guarantee.
I broke when I got rest, so that was
Yeah.
fixed.
The reason why you will have died then is because you basically need to use some small cooldowns to stave off the wave of auto attacks that is getting thrown your way.
Hold on, my monitor's just turned off. Oh, it's back. It's annoying because the tank buster takes my mitigation right before.
Yeah, it will do. Just a second, guys. I'll be right back.
I think the heat's getting to my monitor. It keeps turning off and on.
I'm so glad that the heat wave so far has not really hit my part of Norway, and at this point I don't think it will.
Weren't you talking about how you were tired of the 12-degree temperature?
I'm still tired of the 12 degree though. Tomorrow it's gonna be 20 degrees. I'm probably gonna go swimming
I'm
with
just
some
gonna
friends. But
run to the toilet. Be right back.
forgot that because I'm still looking for orientation on the while you healers are doing the circles,
Yeah.
where we're supposed to run to. Is it like the melee run to the first circle, the tanks to the second, and the
Yes, the melee
range to the
goes to the
third?
first circle and the tanks the second, and which side you go to depends on whether you're melee 1 or 2. I believe you are melee 1, right?
No,
No, you're
would be
tank.
off tank.
Jesus.
Yeah, no worries.
He is
Yeah,
tank. He is tank.
you're off tank, so then you should still be on my side, I believe.
So as Anine said, they will always go north and south and or east and west. The first towers, the first puddles. So the first puddles will be taken by the melee, north and south and or east and west. And then they always rotate clockwise. So the next one is going to be on sort of either the northwest or the southeast. Okay. Or they're going to be, southwest and northeast. So basically, you're going to be taking the west tower, Illyrian. It will either be on the northwest or the southwest. You're always going to take one of those two towers because it's going to be clockwise. You ready? Shall we go again?
Yep. Be sure to refresh your food.
Oh, thanks for the reminder.
Oh yeah.
I love that moment when someone says like, "Oh, remember to food," and then the entire static foods.
Well, we all have 1 minute left, I would have hoped. Right, so, if we can, I just want to see us get through this this fire phase tonight. We've got 45 minutes left, and I'd love to see us get through it because then next week we can focus on the end of the fight because there's only one real major mechanic that kind of screws us up to go. The other mechanic after that is basically the Aileros show, where he presses his one magic button and everybody wins.
The exaltation, macrocosmos even.
Macrocosmos,
there's
that's
a
correct.
mechanic not too long after the firestorms that you really need to have it for, basically.
Boss is left. Yeah, Macrocosmos is just broken in this fight. Just
I'm
restart.
sorry.
Just restart.
Yeah.
It's quicker to restart than it is to raise him and it's a big one, just from straight north. Boss is left. Middle. Fire buddies. Numbers. Keep going. I'm not bothered about the DPS right now. Tank busters. I'm a bit annoyed it exploded though, because I did hit it. Eva. A. And stack. Boss is left and then middle. It's a big one, straight out. Look for the boss. Sides and spread. One and three. Jesus. Rotate. Spread out. Check your tethers. It's alright, just say where you are, Alois. And shimmy. North and south. Kill the bird that's lowest. Through, so when this next bird... Oh, Dominic's dead.
Yeah.
My heals. I did press them. They went on a corpse. I don't have swift cast.
Probably easiest to just restart at this point. We're not going to meet the DPS check,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
the bosses are in a weird and wonderful spot. As I'm sure you probably gathered, I'm not calling out the beginning of the fight because I feel that everybody should kind of know it now off the top of their head. Boss is right, and then mid. Back up, tank busters. Beaver. Going to the right. Stack up. Boss is right. Oof. Sophie's just telling me that she killed us then accidentally because she was more focused on kissing the kitten.
Understandable and respectable.
Mm,
Can't fault her for that.
my kitten is quite cute, to be fair. Let's go again. I want the UK to go back to being a miserable, rainy country.
Sorry, early pulls.
Who hired this healer?
I believe that was you.
Big one. Boss is right. And then we're going mid. Yep. There's a Tempest here. Great mid. We just got a little bit of child aggro.
Yeah, I figured as much when she didn't take the dress.
Oh, typical, it's pairs.
Well,
Let's hope it's on. Ah, there we go. Yeah, okay. I'll be back in a second. Back in 1 second.
Well, this push to talk has actually been doing its work. I got a fan like 2 meters to the right of me. You might be able to hear
Ah,
now. So
no,
but
I don't hear anything unless you're, well,
it's great.
obviously.
It's the charm of having your computer upstairs. Then you're under the roof and guess how warm it is here.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty hot everywhere except here, where it's currently grey and raining. But that
I'm
is
jealous.
that is Norway for you.
Right. Okay. So we're back.
I'm not sure if Illidan and Karura is back yet.
Just
I'm
wait
back.
for Karen to about. Oh, there you go.
Ah, they are.
Isaac, sit and be quiet and be nice.
And press a lot of buttons.
Oh.
I have faith. We've got half an hour, guys. I've got absolute faith that we're going to do this stupid fire plumes puddles mechanic correctly. Tankbusters. Fever. Move into the second one. Boss is left. Mid. Oh, that's a bit. Hopefully this works out. Stack up. Bankbusters. Raid damage. Fever, going to the right. Typical, I got hit. Boss is right. And then mid. Hairs, stuck with your friend. One and three, north and south. Mid, shields and heals. Spread out. Check your tethers. Get ready to shimmy. Shimmy. North and south. Kill the bird with the lowest HP. Rotates. Stack on 3. Shields and heals. Even bigger raid damage. Everybody max melee. Tank busters are next. Bludgeoning flight, simply point them out on the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody mid. Let's check to see which permutation we get. Gonna be Shiva. And spread, so it's the same one we've practiced now like several times in a row. Run into the second. Melee's under the middle. Yeah, I can't survive it. Just even with like my self heals on and stuff.
I fucked up Shiva.
Illyrian died as well.
Did you? I don't... How?
I went the
Yeah.
wrong way.
He died to his AoE, which obviously means he's just not got enough HP to survive it in the first place.
No, I got hit by the middle. Shiva before.
Oh, right, that's what happened to you.
'Cause
Yeah, 'cause I got a bit confused because I spread to the other side and then I realized that
Because I
wrongly.
went, yeah. The mistake I was is I went to the west one instead of the east one, so I was on the opposite side with tanks.
Let's go again.
I'll pop the defense a bit earlier. That might help.
I wish I had a suggestion for you, mate, but I really don't, because this is basically a tank and a healer issue. It's healers need to give you more HP, and you know, you need to have your cooldowns used. And while I have played healer, I've never played tank in endgame. It's a big one, straight out. Boss is left. And then mid. Fire buddies. Back on 3. Tank busters. Mid. Boss north. Deck the plume. Straight to A. Stack up. That's bullshit. I got hit. Just move.
You did and I didn't. I was super late and you weren't.
Boss is left. And mid. Weaver. Check for the boss with your friends.
Good time to reapply food.
1 and 3. Spread into your positions. Check your tethers. Sprint to your friend here if you get unsure. Get ready to shimmy. Shimmy. North and south. Kill the one with the lowest HP. Rotate. Park yourself at 3. Raid damage. After this, everybody max melee, give the tanks some room for tank tethers. Max melee, tank tethers. Point the fledgling flights out. Middle. Stack up. Face north, so you know where you're running to. It's going to be Shiva. And then stack, so I want you to run into the second one and stack with your groups. Just stay together. Run into the second one and just simply stand together in a nice, lovely group of 4. Middle.
Oh. I've got this.
Aileros, you can't be under the boss. With pure heals here, mate. Pure heals. Big raid damage. Stack up for shields and heals like it's everybody stack up. Get in there. Get in there.
I think I missed a tower.
If you missed the tower, we would have died much sooner.
Okay. I must have just perfectly timed a heal or something because my health didn't go down.
Mm.
I definitely pulled the boss too far away there.
Yeah, you did. And in the grand scheme of things, while I say to you, try not to pull the boss to Narnia, it's kind of like a lesser of two evils. Would I rather you do what you did, or would I rather you fuck the mechanic up and die?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
know I would rather you try and keep the boss in the middle of the arena and just do the max melee thing, because it is possible to spread your tether from, if you stand max melee when you place the puddle and then run to the other side max melee, it should be okay. Should be in the operative word. Yeah, so Ilarus, try not to be anywhere near the boss's hitbox at that point in time either. You were lucky that time. As for the stack, the only reason that Karuto and Ilduin died was because they got hit by the actual plume. So they took 2 hits and died. Otherwise, everything else went well. So try again.
On a personal note, that was the first time I was alive for the start of that mechanic. That was nice. Thank you.
It's always going to be Shiva. Like always going to be Shiva at that point in time. The only thing that kind of varies is whether it's stack or spread. So just plan on it being Shiva. Negotiate the stack or spread. As long as you know where your spread position is, then easy peasy. Shiva. Boss is right. And then middle. Uh-oh. This is a wipe.
Sorry, my bad. I went into the middle to shield thinking it was fine, and it was not fine.
There's 3 of us on a single spot, so...
Oh.
Oh! Oh my goodness me, we timed that. I got so confused there. I genuinely thought I DC'd. I was like, why did my sound cut out? Like, is my PC crashing? Like, what's going on here?
You don't see that screen very often, do you?
I've never seen that before.
We got that on video, right?
yeah, I think it's on multiple streams and at least one recording. So
Yeah, we definitely don't see that screen very often. Normally people look and go, "Ah, look, there's only a minute left. Let's reset the timer before."
We're too busy looking at the fact that there's only 10 minutes left.
I was like, yeah, time to do my opener, time to do cool things, and then it's just like, what?
Imagine if we use potions.
You guys on?
No. No.
I've been using 2 per pull.
I'm using them too.
I am occasionally putting, but I've had a fair few run-ins of low mana this evening, so now I'm just saving myself for the mana pot.
If and when we get towards the end of the fight, I'll start potting. Boss is right, and then mid. Fire buddies. Stack up the tank busters. Mid. Don't worry about it, Dominic. It happens. We're going to A. Stack up. Move. Right and then mid. Size and spread. One and three. Back up. Spread out. Check your tethers. Get ready. Shimmy. Okay, swipe.
Sorry, Dominic, got confused there.
Yeah, I was confused too.
Yeah, I was laughing here and you got distracted. I saw you two run back and forth at the same direction, which is hysterical. Sorry.
Oh shit, forgot how to do an opener for a minute then.
Can't be that important. You just do it later.
Big one. Left. Mid. Numbers. Tank busters. Mid. The big one, so we're going straight away. Stack up. Right, and then mid. Plenty time to razor. Look for the boss. Size and spread. Go to your groups. Heals and heals. And then spread. Gimme. North and south. Kill the one with the lowest HP. Karuto, can you swap to the other team? Because I'm just going to wail on this next bird. Hopefully we'll meet the DPS check. No, it's too late. Too late already. Alright, what time is it? We've got enough time for a good pull. A good pull.
God knows how many cards I've messed up tonight.
Yeah. Least of our concerns. Right and then mid. Yep, it's a wipe.
Sorry.
It is a wipe. Okay, let's call it there. Right, we've made some decent prog. The positives is obviously we've cleaned up the ad phase. I think we've definitely nailed that. We've now seen the Fountain of Fire, and we're getting. I think we've got an understanding on what needs to happen. It's just that spread before, and that spread before has always been a fucker. There's no other word for it. It is a bastard of a mechanic. Because if you don't get it and you haven't organized yourself, then it is just going to create wipes. And it's the same in the party finder. It creates wipes. If it isn't Fountain of Fire killing you, it's the actual frigging spread before. People don't understand when you kind of tell them where they need to stand, and they still just ignore you. The thing I want you to take away from this evening is we've basically done 3 nights now, 3 lockouts. So that is probably 2/3 of what a normal raid team would do in a week. And we've made it to, we're hitting about the 50% mark. All right. So if you're looking at a 1 week's worth of normal raid teams raiding and you're hitting the 50% mark. So if you can clear the P3 in a 2-3 week period, that's not a bad sort of time frame to clear it. Now, I'd love to see us getting towards the end of the fight next week. I'd certainly like to see the Elmo strat next week. So homework for the week at some point is to review the end of the Fountain of Fire mechanic, which is basically the healer show, the Anine show, and then have a look into the flames of Asphodelos and the storms of Asphodelos, the Elmo strat, basically, up to around about the 8-minute 20 mark, just before Death's Toll, because Death's Toll, whilst it is a mechanic, it's not a challenging mechanic, and it's just basically Aileros pressing one button to succeed. That's the truth.
It's
That's the
on
truth of the
cooldown.
matter. Well, I'm just going to say, make sure it is.
Yeah. I have been using it on cooldown, so hopefully it's
Yeah. Yeah. Right, well done, everyone. Good job. I'll see you all next week.
Thank you very much, Anya.
Thanks for
I'm going to
inviting
go and
guys. It was
I'd like
fun.
to say I'm going to get out of these clothes, but that's not physically possible right now. It's so sweaty.
Mm.
Talk to you later, guys.
See ya.